Hey everyone, it is Wednesday, November 1st. The time is 4:44 p.m. and the temperature is around 4 degrees Celsius, and that is a lot of fours, I guess. And I'm here on Adelaide Street. Well, I guess I should say we are here on Adelaide Street because I have with me a special guest all the way from Houston, Texas. And this is Jeanette.
Hi friends, how are you?
And Jeanette has been a viewer of this channel, I think she said since 2019.
I believe you're right.
And she's in town just for a couple of days. And I asked her if she wanted to make a star appearance in one of these videos, and she said yes. So here we are. This is Adelaide and John Street. And I asked Jeanette which route she would like to walk today. So why don't you tell us where we're going?
We're going to go east on King, then north on Church, west on Dundas, if I'm correct, and end up at Dundas Square.
Sounds good to me. So that'll take us through the financial district. And given that it's 4:45, just in time for rush hour, we are in what used to be the entertainment district right now. And we're actually just in that cafe called Columbus, I think. And you had a iced tea?
It was very good.
And I had an iced latte. That was pretty good. So this is your first time back to Toronto since 2019?
Yes, it is. I'm here for a wedding event.
Your wedding?
No, not my wedding. No, a graduate student who used to work for me. He got married actually today. So I was visiting him. I would stay longer, but my work schedule didn't allow me to.
All right, thank you. But at least you got to see the nice fall colors.
Toronto's so beautiful though in the autumn. Last time I was here was during the summer, so.
It won't be beautiful in a week though. It'll be kind of gray and drab.
That's all right. I want to try to visit Toronto in the winter. I want to see snow.
What would be your ideal preferred time to visit? Summer, winter, now?
Actually now, I really do like the fall colors. So if it was winter with snow, that means I'd have to spend the money to buy some winter gear.
And what's the weather like in Houston right now?
It's actually fall-like. I'm really surprised.
So in Celsius, you know what that would be, like 15?
Yeah, about 15. I think we're having cold front actually right now. So it's probably about 10.
All right.
6 to 10 degrees Celsius.
Makes sense as we go over the Canada Walk of Fame.
All right.
And this is east along the north side of King Street West. Is there anything on the must-do list on this trip?
It was St. Lawrence Market, the Distillery District. I wanted to go to Yorkville because I didn't get a chance to do it last time. And walk along the waterfront.
And you've done those things?
Yeah, actually I did. I have done all those things. Next time I want to visit, I want to do Willowdale. I really want to go out further up north.
North York?
Yeah.
Eat some Korean food?
Oh, definitely.
Houston has a tram system, doesn't it?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Houston doesn't have a subway, it has a tram system, right?
It has a light metro rail and buses. That's pretty much it.
Did you ever take transit there?
No, I actually I drive. I drive a lot.
But you live in the core of the city.
Yeah, I do, but the problem is that bus schedules are just too, it just takes too long to get to where I need to go.
I think Not Just Bikes did a video where he wasn't very fond of Houston.
Yeah.
I can't say anything. I've never been there.
No, it's very car centric. You really do need a car when you live in Houston.
I like the skyline. This is the Royal Alex Theatre. And Roy Thompson Hall across the street. It's too bad about the weather. If you came here a week earlier, we would be in t-shirts.
No, I like cold weather. Colder the better for me.
And it's not too bad. And I guess when you're from a warmer climate, it's nice to be somewhere different. There's a big row of streetcars here.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to ride the streetcars yet. I've been walking all over the city.
Well, you're staying on Queen, and there's no streetcars along the stretch where you're staying. I won't say the exact place.
Yeah, I saw the construction on Queen.
Have you been to any restaurants here?
Yeah, I went to Matt's Lab Burger for dinner last night. Where else did I go? I went to Italy, actually. I've always wanted to go to Italy. There's not one in Houston. I know there's one in New York, Las Vegas, but here in Toronto, I'm going to try it.
Well, yes.
I wonder what the holdup here is. This streetcar. I guess this one can't make it through the intersection. That's why it's just chilling. This is really backed up. Kind of a classic view of the tower. So how many times have you been here in total?
This will be my second time.
Do you think there'll be a third?
Yeah, I believe so, definitely. Maybe in the spring. I haven't experienced Toronto in the spring, so it'd be nice. Isn't that when cherry blossoms are supposed to bloom?
Yep.
Spring.
There's a whole bunch of them in Hyde Park and Trinity Bellwoods, around U of T, right at Robarts Library.
Libraries, woohoo!
What is this holdup? The eastbound streetcars are just not moving at all. And this is supposedly a transit priority corridor. The westbound trains are moving a little bit, or streetcars. And once we cross University, we'll be in the financial district. Although I have a feeling it's cold enough, a lot of people are going to be underground in the path. Have you been down there?
Not yet. That was actually on my list. Haven't had a chance yet.
What other walking channels do you watch?
Of course, Ken Continuum. Ken, are you watching now?
He's up in Guelph. He's live streaming, I think, at this very moment.
I watch Henry, Toronto Tech Transit.
Toronto Tech and Transit,
Yeah.
super friendly guy, Henry.
Yes, Sapan, I watch his channel once in a while too. Oh, they're all great though.
Action Kid, I guess.
Oh yeah, of course, Action Kid. I do watch Virtual Japan from time to time as well.
That to me is technically the best looking walking channel.
Okay.
At least for a few more days. Just kidding. But his is like a non-narrated one, right? Most, I guess, are like that.
I'm absorbing this city energy right now.
You'll notice this time of year the faces are a little less friendly, a little bit more going from point A to point B. That casual after work stroll is now just a march home for a lot of people. But we were spoiled. We had an unseasonably warm fall so far. And we're supposed to get battered with a really cold winter.
What's the usual temps about this time?
I think this is about normal. It just took us a while to get here. Like we were having summer-like days a week or two ago. It was not a gradual transition. So this is York Street. Which is closed off right here. So this explains some of the logjam. There's a Queen Street car that's hopelessly stuck.
No, this one. Yeah, this one. A couple of months ago, I traveled to work.
So you're a fan of skyscrapers?
Oh yes, definitely.
Do you have a favorite one here?
No, not yet. I've been thinking about that for a while.
Have you been to New York City?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's kind of the ultimate if you're into skyscrapers. How about Chicago?
I'm sorry?
How about Chicago? Have you been?
No, not Chicago, not yet.
What cities are on your bucket list?
Let me see. Paris, Tokyo, definitely Chicago. I do want to see Chicago. I have family there in Chicago. Madrid would be another city. What else?
Madrid over Barcelona?
Oh, I'll put Barcelona there as well. The whole country. I do want to see Sydney, Australia.
I'd say you probably had more adventures than I have, right?
It's always the length of the flight and the cost that has scared me off of Australia. I'd love to go, but there's just so many other things you can do that are easier. There's King Taps. I think someone probably bought an office chair or was given one from their employer. Yeah, pre-pandemic, at this hour, it would have definitely been busier at street level. And in the summertime, it would have just been wall-to-wall people around now. That's the building I used to work in, just on our left.
Oh.
So you must have been watching the channel since I was like under 10K subscribers maybe.
Yeah, I think around 2019, mid-2019. Yeah, when I visited Toronto in summer 2019, I was really missing the city, so I decided to look up videos about Toronto, and that's where I stumbled upon yours.
And a lot of those videos I made on my lunch hour sneaking out of this building. I would extend that lunch hour or right before or after work. I was very downtown centric back then. I still am, but even more so.
I do like when you visit the outer boroughs, neighborhoods.
I do too, but one of the problems is the viewers don't so much. You might see the view count and it might be comparable, but if I look at how long people watch them for, it's usually much less. Like the retention isn't good.
The suburbs can be a bit boring, but I'm always curious to see what the rest of
They
Toronto
can
looks
be,
like.
and maybe people just don't want to listen to me whine and complain about them. I don't know. Oh, there used to be a signature view of the CN Tower from here, but it is blocked by that new skyscraper ahead. You can see it right there.
Oh, yeah. Beloved CN Tower.
Was a classic shot, especially at night.
Johnny's got longer legs, so I'm trying to keep up with him. I'm a
sorry.
shorty.
I do walk fast. You'll notice, I think Ken also does this, but we move faster than some of the other walking channels. My channel was never really about stopping to smell the roses as much as it was kind of the pedestrian experience. Like I'm going from point A to point B, and I'm gonna bring my camera with me. Whereas some channels will like slow down and stop and pan and look at things. I've gotten more like that as time goes on, but still, I'm a pretty quick walker, I guess. Hey, here's an electric FedEx truck.
I'm getting my workout for the week.
And the Art Deco Commerce Court North. That guy's trying to get on the streetcar, but he's not at a stop. Oh, but the driver's letting him on anyways.
Thank you, TTC.
I mean, from the looks of things, you could walk it faster at this time of day.
I love these old buildings right up here.
Like this building on the left. Well, you were in the King Eddie earlier today, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be walking by that in a few minutes. Are there any viewers you want to say hi to? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Let's see. Hi, Sheena, Vivian, Marge, Marie Palmer, Brad Palmer. Sweetest couple ever.
Can't forget anyone now, or they'll be...
Oh no! Please don't get mad at me.
I always have that problem too when I'm like greeting people or welcoming them. You know, it's so easy just to like miss a name or 10.
Exactly.
And so yeah,
Hi, Harjot.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Like, you guys come in our office and you steal on us.
It can be a challenge judging all these people.
Houston must get a little busy at rush hour on the streets. Everyone's got to walk out to their car somehow, right?
No, it's in the middle of the streets. Yeah, Houston rush hour is really more about being stuck in traffic since we're such a car-centric city.
Do you notice a lot more like trucks and SUVs there versus here? Or is that just a myth?
It's not a myth.
Because in my mind, when I think Texas, I think soccer mom driving a big truck.
You're not wrong. Texas loves their pickups. Actually, Texas is probably the pickup capital of the world. And
Is that you too? You drive one?
No, I drive a mid-sized sedan, a Toyota Camry.
Got to turn that into a Tacoma.
Hey, how much is this, guys?
There's the King Eddie.
I was there this morning.
Smoking in your third.
All right, so at church, coming up in a few blocks, we'll turn north. Are the bride and groom still at the King Eddie?
No, they're making their way back home to Mississauga, packing up and getting ready to go to India.
Have you ever been?
No, I would love to go.
So where should I go? I've got nothing booked and an itch to travel. I might do something even later this month even. Do you have any suggestions?
I probably would think, you haven't been to South America yet, have you?
No.
So, Ecuador, Colombia,
Yeah, Colombia's on the radar for sure.
let's see, Buenos Aires. Those three. You might want to try Uruguay too. I've heard
Yeah.
they have nice cities there.
Pronouncing those countries very correctly. Do you speak Spanish?
Actually, I do. I speak it. Well, you know, I actually write and understand it better than I do speak it, but I can't speak it. Growing up in Texas, I learned how to speak Spanish. I actually didn't learn the language of my parents, which is Tagalog from the Philippines. My parents did not teach me and my younger sisters Tagalog.
Did you learn that later on?
Just a few words and sentences. I really need to work on that.
I might know 5 words in Tagalog. And most of them I think would be food. Does that even count?
Sure. Actually, I do know curse words, so I do know when someone's cursing me out.
All right, we are at Church and King. There's St. James Cathedral. So you wanted to turn north here and head on up to Dundas Square. I'm gonna have to remind myself to start bringing gloves when I go record. It's amazing to me these places still exist.
I usually just go on Google Flights.
Yep, Skyscanner, Google Flights. Does Houston have a lot of street art like this?
We do have street art. A lot of that is concentrated in downtown Houston. I'd like to see more though.
I think it really brightens up a city, especially on these like cold, drab, gray days.
Yeah, and the colors pop up more during those type of cloudy days.
So this is Adelaide. Am I walking too fast or are we okay?
No, you're fine. This old lady's catching up with you.
Well, if you're old, I'm in that club too.
Grandchildren make you feel older.
Well, I don't have those, at least that I know of. Versus Coffee, new cafe. This street is really changing. at least the southern end.
It's gonna be condos?
It's going to be all condos. Condos, condos, condos. That building up there, Jazz, I think went up in the early 2000s. There was a slow trickle of condos in the 90s and early 2000s going up. Then around the mid 2000s, all hell broke loose. And they're just everywhere you look.
The construction of here reminds me of New York City as well.
I think we have more high-rise construction than New York City. But we also have more to develop. There's more like old surface parking lots kicking around and smaller buildings. They call it the Manhattanization of Toronto, or at least the B1M channel did. So we're at Richmond Street. And that's a look west. There's Jeanette.
Hello.
Well, thanks for reaching out. I've been meaning to do more like walk and talk style videos with guests. And it's just one of those things I didn't get around to too much. You know, it seems as if every few months I have Ken on and that's it.
I'm enjoying this. We love Toronto a lot.
And for me, it's nice. It's not just me groveling about bad drivers for 40 minutes. In fact, I'm not even paying attention to that stuff.
Yeah, I would love to be living in a walkable city. I'm tired of driving.
It's really an old-fashioned, old-timey way to get around.
Yeah, I envy your e-scooter ownership.
I think I'm up to like 6 of them.
Oh my goodness.
Do you want one to take home with you?
Oh, I'd love it.
Are they legal in Houston?
You know, I think so. I never really looked into the law there. But my work, a lot of people do ride e-scooters. I like seeing these old buildings right around here. Gives the city a lot of character.
They're all endangered species. This used to be like a row of pawn shops on the right. There's the Metropolitan United Church on the left. Well, you picked a pretty good route. We got some of the west side and east side of downtown in it.
Toronto's got beautiful churches.
You say that, and I would agree with you, but then you go to Europe and you kind of put these ones down a peg or two.
Sagrada Familia is on my bucket list, definitely.
That was the first building I've been to in a long time that legitimately gave me goosebumps when I went in there. You hear so much about it. I've seen so many YouTube videos on it, and nothing does it justice. There's no video that does it justice. You just have to be in there to see it.
Come on, here's another church coming up.
Yep. Although Church Street is named after St. James to the south of here. A lot of people think it's because there's all these churches on it. There's that building I talked about, Jazz. I knew someone who lived in there right after it went up.
That's my daughter's nickname there, Jazz.
Where does she live?
She lives Magnolia, Texas. She's moved back to Houston.
Magnolia, Texas.
Yeah, it's about an hour away.
Is that any relation to Steel Magnolia, the movie?
No.
No? So in Houston, would you go for it with the timer here?
Not with you standing next to me.
Technically, you're not supposed to start crossing until,
Well,
once the
I've
countdown
done it
starts.
quite a few times.
Yeah. Most people, if they can make it across before it's done, they'll do it. I mean, that's just big city life for you.
Ooh, that's a nice mirror.
That's the hospital right there, blocking our view of the financial district. It's interesting, we've got like blue skies and kind of fluffy clouds that way. And then to the north, a lot of gray skies up ahead. There's a car that doesn't know what lane it wants to be in. Oh. I thought we lost you for a second. I looked over my shoulder. Well, if Ken were in town, we could have hopped over and said hi. He lives right around the corner from here.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'll have to catch you next time, Ken.
There'll be a next time?
Definitely.
There's the very noisy chopper making its way to St. Mike's.
Nearing TMU now.
You know what that stands for?
Toronto Metropolitan University.
And what did it used to be called?
Oh crap! I know this one, but I just went blank.
It was Ryerson
That's
University.
right. I knew it started with the R.
Okay, we've made it to Dundas. So So this is west on Dundas Street East. There's the chopper on the roof of the hospital. Do you have a favorite neighborhood in Toronto?
I really like the what you call it, I'm going blank.
All right, I'll stop putting you on the spot. What's your favorite number? Start with-
7.
There we go. Color?
Blue.
Throw you some softballs. Just kidding.
There you go.
I'm an asshole, I know.
Okay, I admit it. I do like Yorkville. I like the fancy neighborhood
Oh,
there.
you're a fancy girl. And I'll tell you, if I was on a first date and the person told me they liked Yorkdale, that would be our last date, or Yorkville, or Yorkdale. I would.
I also do like the distillery district. Isn't that called the St. Lawrence area?
Yeah, that's in the
Yeah.
St. Lawrence
I
neighborhood.
do like St. Lawrence. And I was just there yesterday.
So this is your job.
Bright lights, big city.
The big square in the center of the universe. That's what other Canadians think, Torontonians think of this place. Google Pixel 8. You're a Samsung user, right?
Yes, I am. And Houston still has their Samsung store.
Yeah, ours is turning into a bank, which I don't know, that offends me for some reason. Such a prominent spot. Should be a fun retail space, not a bank. Especially it's in a shopping mall. But here we are at Dundas Square. So this was where Jeanette had us finishing this walk, right at 40 minutes. So she picked a good route. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank all the channel members and Patreon supporters and all the moderators of this channel for their good work. But what I'd really like, or the person I'd really like to thank is Jeanette. She has made it through a lot of videos on this channel. Some of them probably a little difficult to watch. I don't know how she does it, but thank you for all your support. And it was really nice to meet you.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's nice to meet you too.
And hopefully we'll see you again. Maybe you'll make an appearance on Ken's channel in the future.
Definitely.
Both Kens, the Action Ken and the Continuum Ken. But anywho, we're gonna wrap this up from Dundas Square. So I accidentally just prematurely ended the video. Oh, the face lock is focusing on Jeanette when I move the camera around. Anyways, Jeanette, I'll let you sign this one off.
Bye, friends. Take care. Catch you on the next one. Yoink.